So this is it, guys. This is F1 Championship. Actually, no, hold on a sec. I'm pretty sure it's called Grand Prix for the Nintendo 64. Now, there's not many great N64 racing games out there. Well, to be honest, not many that I can really think of the top of my head. Anyway, so I thought I'd purchase this and have a nice little blast around the F1 track. And being that, obviously, at the moment, the F1 season is fully in swing, I thought I'd give this a go. So here we go, this is it, F1 Grand Prix for the Nintendo 64. To be honest, I suppose when you think Nintendo racing, you think Mario Kart or Diddy Kong racing. You don't really ever think realistic F1 racing simulator, starring people like Michael Schumacher, and can't really name many others, because I'm not a massive F1 fan. And let's face it, it's not going to have Lewis Hamilton in it, because when this game was actually made, he was probably still in his nappies. But that doesn't mean that this game isn't very good, because in all fairness, this is an absolute cracker of a racing game, even if you're not an F1 fan just like me. You can literally pick it up, get in the driving seat, literally have about 5-10 minutes just rushing around the track, and bang, you're in the zone. You are then an F1 racing pro. Well, probably not a racing pro, but you'll be a good driver at the end of that. So what sets this apart from any other F1 racing game, you ask? Well, I've got to be honest, I can't really say, because I haven't played that many F1 racing games in my time. Apart from Indy 500, or Indy Racing, I believe it was called, on the Amiga. Now that was a classic F1 game. Really good game. Anyway, so the great thing about this game, like I said, it's really easy to pick up to start and play. If you just love adrenaline when it comes to racing, you're going to love this, because there's tons and tons of it. Now the game itself looks like it's actually done in the format of a television style, as if you're watching it on the TV. You've got your lap times, you've even got your team radio. Who doesn't love that? How authentic is that? So, is it an F1 racing game, or is it a simulator? Now, I'd probably just class it as an F1 racing game, with all the bells and whistles. You can call it a simulator if you want, but that's up to total choice, I'd say, at the end of the day. Like I said, you've got your team radio, that's really cool, and really adds to it. Gotta love the sound in this game. Now, as soon as you put your foot down, and you hear the engine screaming, that really puts you in the hot seat there. You are then in that moment. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm not good at this game, but it didn't stop me playing it, and in fact, it probably made me want to play it even more. The controls, okay, they're a little bit sticky, almost as if you're driving a tank, but, you know, who gives a damn? Like I said, give it 5 to 10 minutes of a good bit of practice racing. Don't go full ahead with a championship or a Grand Prix, because you're probably not going to win it from the get-go, unless you're an absolute pro at F1 games, and fair play, go ahead. But who cares? Okay, also you have split screen, so if you want to race up against your mates in the same room, you can actually do that. But obviously there was no internet back then. Well, there was internet, but not for online gaming. And if it was online gaming, it certainly was not on a console like the N64. So there is that fun aspect there. Personally, I just like to play single player. I like to do a nice little Grand Prix, try and go for a cup, going through all the different levels on there. So the only problem is I don't think you've got the Nürburgring. Why haven't they got the Nürburgring? Probably one of the most famous tracks in the world. Pretty sure it's not on there. But it does have everything else. You've got Brazilian tracks, you've got French tracks, you've got Switzerland tracks. You name it, it's probably going to be there. So if it's ever been in a high-class race, F1 race, it's going to be in this game. Like I said, if you're not an F1 fan, it really doesn't matter. You will still get the most out of this game, even if you just like racing games and adrenaline. It's really all there. So I do recommend it, and you can pick this up for absolutely peanuts. I'm not sure if it's on anything apart from the N64. I know there's a Game Boy version, but it's not going to be anything like this. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Rep. I hope you've enjoyed this. I love doing reviews for you guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Also, make sure you check out the pretty random podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. And I'll see you all soon. It's Alex out.